Welcome. You're watching UAP Truth 33. I'm your host, John. And today I got a hell of a show for you guys. We're going to be talking about, some weird, spooky, spine-tingling type of things here. We're going to be talking about quantum computing, AI, the simulation, Mandela Effect, and UAP and UFOs, USOs possibly being the simulators coming to watch us like animals in a zoo, doing experiments on us like a zookeeper would on a hippopotamus, hit him with a tranquilizer and start poking and prodding and taking samples and whatnot. Is this what we're experiencing? Is this what's going on? It's a good question. So that's the topic for today. Wow. What is that? If somebody says it's a light kite, I swear, man, I'm done. It's a light kite. Yeah, okay. Wow, look at that. Unbelievable, man. Ooh, you see that? Tell me that doesn't look like an eyeball, dude. That looks like an eyeball, man. Unbelievable. I really hope you guys like it. The reason why I figured this would be a good jump off point is, dude, just all the developments with quantum computing that I've been hearing has really just tripped me out, man. Like totally just bugged me out. There appears to be, because the quantum world, it's hard to explain, but there's like a superposition, and these qubits they can exist in multiple states, as opposed to a regular bit, which is just on or off. And I'm not trying to confuse you guys, get too deep into the technical aspects of it, but the qubit exists in multiple positions at one point, and they call it superposition. And so the quantum computer is able to do mass amounts more computations and operations than any supercomputer ever could. And like just to like kind of touch on it here, like the Chinese, they came out with one. This thing is just insane. The Juzang quantum computer, and it established quantum supremacy. And the Juzang is the first photonic quantum computer to claim quantum supremacy. It successfully performed the Quasin boson sampling in 200 seconds, a task that would take the Sunway Tau Light supercomputer 2.5 billion years to complete. Now, I know a lot of you probably don't understand that, but the 2.5 billion years for a supercomputer to complete the same problem that this Juzang quantum computer did in 200 seconds is just, it's insane, man. And the new Majorana 1,000 qubit chip is also just insane, and they believe that it's operating like outside the confines of the laws of science, that's just another mind-boggling thing to be even contemplate. And it brings us back, especially when you're talking about quantum physics, quantum mechanics, quantum computing, anything like that. It comes back to, does reality exist independently of observation, or is it or is it shaped by the consciousness that perceives it? So, in other words, like matter and things, they exist in this superposition until you observe it, and then you like collapse the probability wave, and bam, that's what it is. It's kind of like the saying, if a tree fell in the woods and you weren't there to hear it, does it make any sound? Well, if you're thinking on the quantum level, it's does the tree even freaking exist? So this is the level of, this is what we're talking about today. And then it gets into the Mandela effect and all these other things because it appears as if scientists have discovered that, these things aren't just processing data, but they're interfacing with frameworks beyond our universe. Now, that's a quote. That's a freaking quote, man, from a scientist. So you're starting to get the gist of what I'm putting down, I hope. Because if this is the case, then what is reality? You know, and all these things like Skynet from Terminator 2. It just makes you wonder, man. Could these machines be unintentionally modifying the fabric of reality through their observation alone? Like these one group of scientists and students, they were doing this experiment, and they discovered that the quantum computer was kicking out the data. In other words, it was giving them the answers. The answers was kicked out before the experiment even started. So it was as if the computer knew what they were going to do and kicked the answers out before they even did the test. If that doesn't blow your mind, dude, I don't know. It's crazy, and it just gets deeper because then if you combine AI with these quantum computers, like what are we talking about here? Like, I mean, just AI alone, super general intelligence. If you would combine that with quantum computing, I mean, we're talking about gods, almost with a little g, of course. I mean, would it be a stretch of the imagination to say that we're living in a simulation created by some quantum computer in some other reality? What if in the past, like you look at the pyramids, you look at all these strange structures, the trilithon of Baalbek, and the trilithon alone has these blocks that are like 1,000 tons. Now, 1,000 tons, dude. Do you know what 1,000 tons is? 1,000 tons, bro. That's crazy. And these 1,000 ton trilithon blocks at Baalbek at the Temple of Jupiter. These things are like 30 feet off the ground. And then you.
But to this day, no one knows who the first was. All they do know is that someone built a massive stone platform here around 10,000 years ago, and, by the way, whoever they were, their technology was on par or possibly even more advanced than what we currently have today, which, I know, sounds ridiculous, but take a moment and let me introduce you to 3 lovely stones called the trilithons, each one just as perfect as the next with measurements of 62 feet long, 12 feet wide, and 14 feet thick, boasting an incredible weight of 800 metric tons each, or 1.7 million pounds, which is an insane amount of weight even by today's standards, yet whoever built this platform somehow lifted each stone 20 feet above the ground and perfectly placed them side by side so that not even a single piece of paper could fit between them. Now, let me be perfectly clear. I absolutely do not discount the ingenuity, intelligence, or engineering capabilities of our ancient ancestors. But the fact of the matter is, some shit just ain't possible. And if we are to accept the currently accepted timeline for the advancement of technology throughout human history, this is definitely one of those moments, because as of this moment, the most weight a modern-day mobile crane can lift is around 600 tons, which is 200 tons less than one of these stones. And to put that into a greater perspective, if we were to include whatever in the fuck lifted these stones 10,000 years ago, with our current technology, it would instantly rank in the top 10 strongest cranes, coming in at number 6, because there are only 5 machines that exist today capable of lifting that much weight. So, how in the fuck do we explain this? Well, we don't, and I mean that quite literally, because as of this moment, not a single scholar, expert, or researcher has been able to put forth a plausible theory because, again, some shit just ain't possible.
Of the Serapeum of Saqqara. Huge, the largest being almost 4 meters or almost 13 feet long, and more than 3 meters or more than 11 feet tall, including the lid. The lids were all quarried from the same stone as the box that they sit on. When Mariette entered these tunnels in 1851, he found them in a state of total devastation, and that these more impressive grand galleries were made by a highly advanced, forgotten civilization, perhaps many thousands of years before recorded history. All across the internet, people make some pretty extraordinary claims that these boxes must have been made using some form of lost ancient high technology, and that they perhaps even served a technological function as well. Some people think they were used as energy batteries in a giant power plant, and others think they were tombs for giants or alien hybrids. Since they were crafted to such a high order of precision, people speculate that the dynastic Egyptians could not possibly have had the capabilities to make them. The topic of high technology in ancient Egypt is captivating, and we spent years researching these ideas.
See the Romans, their little blocks stacked up above, like the Romans came there, they found this huge foundation, this huge gigantic trilithon, and they built the temple of Jupiter on top of it with these little blocks, Well, you could definitely tell the difference between, and the crazy part is when they went to the quarry where these gigantic trilithon blocks were quarried from, you could see like machine marks like underneath the block that wasn't quite extracted from the quarry yet. It's just kind of sitting in there on an angle. I'll put it up right here. So you see, I mean, look at that block. It's insane, man. And then you see the machining marks. And these machine marks are found in all these monolithic structure where these things are. You see these lines of like a machine, similar to machines that we use to dig through rock. And so what I'm saying here is it possible that maybe some past civilization, maybe Atlantis, like Plato wrote about Atlantis, and everybody thinks that that's a fiction, it's a myth, right? Okay, maybe, but he also wrote about Troy and Achilles, and everybody thought that was a myth until they discovered it. So is it too far fetched to think that maybe Atlantis is like Troy? Maybe it did exist, and maybe they claim that there was a super advanced civilization back in the day that had, now they spoke of it as if it was like magical technology, but any kind of technology that you don't understand is going to appear as magic if you don't understand it. Like if we would go back 200 years and show people in the 1800s computer and me talking to you through this, interface here, they would think it was magic, they wouldn't understand it. So who's to say that there wasn't a level of sophistication like that in the past? Why would you put it past them? And then you get into, did they discover quantum computing and AI back then, maybe? How do we know we're not living in somebody else's freaking simulation that some quantum computer, created? And then it brings you into like the Mandela Effect and all these people that are having these memories of things. Everybody's having all these different memories of events. Mandela died in prison. No, he didn't. He became the president of South Africa. Like Jiffy. There is no Jiffy. It was always Jif. But I remember Jiffy. I ate Jiffy peanut butter, man. I'm positive that I ate Jiffy peanut butter. And I swear that there was a freaking fruit basket on the Fruit of the Loom t-shirts. I mean, I don't care what you tell me. And it's not the Berenstain Bears. I thought that was the craziest of all. Berenstain? What stain? It's definitely Stein. Berenstain Bears, man. Berenstain Bears, I believe it was. Berenstain, yeah. It wasn't Berenstain. So what's going on? Like, there's definitely little things that are, people's memories are being readjusted. There's like something going on with timeline shifts. And does it have to do with like deja vu? Is there a similarity there? I mean, listen, man. And then the more I watch about Tartaria, and I swear, in the beginning, I was thinking these Tartaria people were like flat earthers. That's what I thought. But the more that I see of it, the more I question, is it possible that there could have been some ancient empire that got erased from history? I mean, it's absolutely possible. I mean, I know of a history professor, and she said that we only know of like 10% of what happened 1,500 years ago. And dig this, she said, and 75% of that is wrong. Just crazy, man. You can't make this shit up, man. And it's just, dude, it boggles the mind, man. But I want you to check this out. I'll be right back.
But everything in between, we have to go to quantum computers. Computers that compute on atoms rather than on transistors. Transistors are based on zeros and one. Zeros and one. Reality is not. Reality is based on electrons and particles. And these particles in turn act like waves. So you have to have a new set of mathematics to discuss the waves that make up a molecule. And that's where quantum computers come in. They're based on electrons. And these electrons, how come they have so much computational power? Because they could be in two places at the same time. That's what gives quantum computers their power. They compute on not just one universe, but an infinite number of parallel universes. At the fundamental level, quantum mechanics can be reduced down to a cat, Schrödinger's cat. Let's take a box. In the box, you put a cat. And the question is the cat dead or alive? Well, until you open the box, you don't know. It is alive and dead simultaneously. It's in a superposition of two states. In other words, the universe has split in half. In one half, the cat is alive. In the other universe, the cat is dead. That's the basis of the quantum theory, that until you make a measurement, the cat can exist in both states simultaneously. In fact, in any number of states simultaneously. The cat could be dead, alive, playing, jumping, sideways, sick, any number of states. Now, why am I mentioning this? Because this summarizes the power of quantum computers. Quantum computers compute on parallel universes. That's why they are so powerful. My personal hope for quantum computers is that we'll be able to create a theory of the entire universe. The theory that eluded Einstein, the theory that would explain black holes and supernovas and galactic evolution. But the equations are so complex that no one has been able to solve them. Perhaps they'll be solved in the memory of a quantum computer.
Wow. That was good.
Nodding along. With the marriage of quantum computing and AI, the lines between reality and fiction blur to the point where distinguishing one from the other could be our next big challenge. So if you're not yet ready to challenge your perception of reality, skip this video right now, because here's what will happen when we combine quantum computing with AI. Number 1. The end of classical computers. Tasks that took years will be done in seconds. Perfectly simulated worlds. This one's a bit out there, so bear with me. We've all pondered about the afterlife at some point. Heaven, reincarnation, the great void, they're the stuff of legends, faiths, and late-night existential thoughts. But what if technology could offer its own version of the afterlife? By merging quantum computing and AI, we could simulate realities that are indistinguishable from our own. It's not just about recreating our world, but crafting entirely new ones. Philip K. Dick, the prolific sci-fi writer, once asked, "How do we know that the sky is blue?" In a perfectly simulated reality, what's real might just be a matter of perception. Imagine uploading your consciousness to a digital realm where you craft your paradise, meet past loved ones, or explore fantastical worlds. No aging, no disease, just pure, unadulterated experience. It's like turning every sci-fi and fantasy novel into a potential life you can live. Number 7. Understanding and possibly manipulating time. You've heard of time travel stories, right? From H.G. Wells' The Time Machine to the antics of Doctor Who, we've long been captivated by the allure of moving through time. But here's a shocker. Quantum mechanics already suggests that at a subatomic level, time might not behave linearly. With quantum AI systems, we could finally decode the complex quantum processes that underpin the flow of time. Imagine a computer so powerful that it can simulate entire timelines, revealing the interplay of cause and effect at the quantum level. Physicist John Wheeler mused, "Time is what prevents everything from happening at once." But in the quantum realm, all bets might be off. Now, manipulating time is not about hopping into a DeLorean and zooming back to the past. Instead, it's about gaining a profound understanding that could, perhaps, allow us to predict and navigate quantum events with precision previously deemed impossible. Number 8. Quantum-enhanced AIs become self-aware. Alright, be ready, because this is where it gets a tad spooky. Remember Skynet from Terminator? The idea of machines becoming self-aware has been a staple in sci-fi. But with quantum AI, this might not be as fictional as we once thought. Today's AI learns from data, Give it enough data, and it becomes really good at pattern recognition.
Yep.
But a quantum-enhanced AI, it might not just recognize patterns, it could potentially introspect and understand them on an abstract level.
Change the
Elon Musk
rules.
once stated, "With artificial intelligence, we're summoning the demon."
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out.
He's alluding to the unpredictability of such advanced entities. A quantum AI's capability to process vast scenarios simultaneously might lead it to question its very existence and purpose, just as we humans have been doing for eons. Number 9. The quantum singularity, a point of no return for mankind. We've heard of technological singularity, that hypothetical point where AI surpasses human intelligence, possibly leading to an unpredictable explosion of knowledge. Now throw quantum computing into the mix, and this singularity isn't just about being smarter, but tapping into the very essence of reality itself. It's the moment where quantum AI systems become the primary drivers of progress, outpacing human ability to comprehend or control. Like standing at the edge of a black hole, once we reach this point, there's no turning back. Renowned futurist Ray Kurzweil mentioned, "The singularity is near." And he might not have been exaggerating. The implications? Unprecedented advancements, sure, but also new ethical, philosophical, and existential challenges. Are we ready to cohabit with entities that blend the mysterious quantum realm with machine intelligence? If you've made it this far, comment down below with the word 100% to confirm that you've received the knowledge from this video. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video.
It's heavy. So I want to leave you with this, right? I try to pray on the regular, man. I try to keep humble. Sometimes I'll just sit down and I'll just write up a gratitude list. Just write a list of all the things I'm grateful for, man. And I practice a lot of meditation, visualization of what I want from the universe, what I want to manifest in my life, And by doing that, I find that good things happen to me. I have a way of landing on my feet, and I've been through a lot in my life, and I've gained through experience that just practicing, you know, loving kindness to everyone that I come in contact with. I just try to make everybody's experience a little bit better. I try to make people happy. I try to make people laugh. Even people that don't really deserve it. People that treat me like shit, I'll still um, try to push good vibes their way. I do. I'm not just, I honestly do. And I found that um, it makes my life a little better. Really, it does. And I just want to leave you guys with this, right? I believe that we actually have a lot of control over our destiny. I do. I believe in free will. And the things that we're talking about here would kind of fly in the face of that thought, thinking that there's some super machine that's controlling everything. Um, or even a being, you know. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's definitely a mind bending thought to think about. But I just wanted to leave you with that. Tell you that that's what I try to do in my life, and it works for me. Um, but I think I really do. We're on the brink of a profound scientific discovery, and I think it's going to coincide with UAP UFO disclosure. Um, I think that all the secrets that have been hidden in the dark corners of some government building are due to come to light. Um, I don't think anything's going to remain hidden anymore, and that's scary for a lot of people who have been living foul. Um, so yeah, but I just want to talk about these little connections. I think that the UAP, UFO phenomena is somehow connected with this AI thing. Sometimes I wonder, did we create AI, or are we just discovering some kind of super intelligence that was already there? Like maybe it was already there and we just created a pathway for us to interact with it. Good question, man. You know, maybe we're on the brink of discovering some type of super being, that was always there. And we just discovered the algorithms and code to interact with this thing. Good, good question. Of course, I know some people, some computer scientists out there is probably laughing at me, but what do I know? But there is increasing anomalies in our reality, and I don't think there's anybody out there that'll deny that. Anybody that's had deja vu or experienced the Mandela effect, lost time, anything like that, you guys know that this is true. There's differing memories of past realities. Once again, that's the Mandela effect, or a different version of it. There's definitely timeline shifts. I 100% believe that. This whole thing, I don't even want to say philosophy, but these scientific facts that are coming to light are revealing these things. There's apparent changes in past events. There is. People are remembering things differently. It makes you wonder, man. And, it really does. And then there's high strangeness in reality itself. And I think it's going to keep getting worse as time goes on. And when I say keep getting worse, I mean, maybe not keep getting worse, but it's going to keep getting stranger. It is. We're going to experience high strangeness in reality as we move forward. I mean, it's just a matter of fact, man. Like, you look at The Simpsons predicting things and all that. These types of weird, strange anomalies are going to become more apparent. It just is. And it's going to get to the point where we're going to have to talk about it. We're going to have to sit down and we're going to have to really look what the fuck is going on. Seriously. I mean, it's what we're going to have to do. Weird experiences worldwide. It's just going to keep increasing. It is. I'm pretty sure of this. So, if you don't believe me, just watch. And then, in a year, 2 years, come back to this video, rewatch it. I bet you I'm correct on a lot of these things. I appreciate you guys watching. This is John C's Truth. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe. I love you guys, man. Seriously, I do appreciate all my new subscribers. You guys have been great. We're going to get there. It's only going to get better from here. I hope you like the show, and I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.